And on to Game 4 of V3 Esports versus Detonation Focus. Me, V3, jumping on to the blue side this time around, starting out with some bands that we've seen before. The Heimerdinger, Karma, Elise, and Akali. Pantheon getting taken off the table because there is some real concern over that champion. Have yet to be impressed by it. Well, at least outside of like maybe one player or two, but people are really concerned about that champion, so... I guess we'll have to wait for Worlds to maybe see some more proficiency in that regard, or wait for a little bit more time to pass while these players develop themselves. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Wow. Oh. Really certain there. All right. Man, that nice certain thumbs up. I thought we were getting a replay. I was actually concerned because he... Doing that at the start of game 3, I was like, wait a second, did the broadcast like mess up or something? Weird stuff. But DFM, I guess they're feeling pretty confident about this one. And why shouldn't they? Because look at their team comp right now, going to some real comfort. Because Evie back on the Gnar. Why not send him back on the Gnar? Putting Gang on Thresh, I mean, he was so masterful at that champion. In game 2, throw him back on it. Steel put him back on Skarner. He got a lot of nice picks. I mean, if Baby did what he did the previous game, why not? Keep doing what you're going to do. Now, I am glad that they brought this up. I do think, I mean, although they took away the Rakan, I think Morgana, there's plenty of potential for that to still be the champion that they throw out. I mean, Braum would be the obvious choice as well. I really hope V3 does not opt for the Tahm Kench again. Just because that was such a subpar performance the previous game. Really did not contribute much at all. Just kind of like added further weaknesses to that team. I think like a Morgana in that composition from the previous team would have looked pretty mean, honestly, with the Varus Morgana. But we see a lot of AD carries getting banned out. We see a LeBlanc taken out by DFM because they do not want to see Ace get that LeBlanc again. Did such amazing work in game 1. Instead, DFM going for very straightforward team comp, and this works for them. They don't need to do anything fancy. That game 1 with the Pantheon and Nico felt pretty dirty, and not the good kind of dirty. Just like it was like soggy. It was gross. It was a really bad, gross, dirty. Need to take a shower kind of a deal. But you know, just keep it clean, keep it nice, keep it easy, all that jazz. And Leona, that is interesting because if Gang is as good as he if he is proficient, he's oh my gosh, can I speak today? Gang, we saw how great he was at using death sentences. If he can flay that well against Leona, then Leona's not going to be able to do much because you can flay her engages pretty easily when she tries to jump on in with Zenith Blade. But another Taliyah for Baby, and Echo actually picked up. I'm not sure if this was the if 916 was a patch that Echo had received some buffs. I believe it was, if I looked recently, but I mean, if I have paid attention to anything, is how much Echo has been doing work as far as in ranked games, slowly climbing up. I kind of want to see his win rate right now, bringing up in solo queue. But I've been playing him a little bit myself. He's feeling real good right now. I think we're probably going to see him a little bit at Worlds as well. But I'm glad we're getting a little bit of a sneak peek here. Yeah, he's at a 51% win rate, so it's not through the roof, but it's in a realm of reasonable picks, I think. I think it'll be quite the pocket pick. I mean, we're seeing Assassins slowly kind of get trickled away. We see the Akalis, Kianas getting some nerf bats thrown their way, but the Echo, he starts to rise to prominence in that little by little, and he just got a nerf. This previous patch, 918, I think 919, I don't think they're going to be touching him too much. Jumping his stun up, parallel convergence to like a over 2 second stun, but a little less on Echo on that matchup. And oh, the Taliyah's, what am I saying? I thought Baby was getting, I saw the Taliyah and was like, oh, it's going to Baby, but Taliyah in mid lane, of course, the Gragas on Baby. Paz going back to the comfort, or actually, not for comfort. It's comfort for ace. Goodness, getting all these things backwards and such. So, but Paz getting the Jace once more, and he did do quite well. But as long as he can do a similar repeat performance, he was doing a lot of damage. But it just wasn't really converting to anything else at the time. But with Baby on Gragas, that gives me a little bit more confidence in this matchup overall, is like far as straight team fights to kind of keep the side of V3 safer with DFM's attempted engages. But there's a lot of mobility on the side of DFM. The Weaver's Wall is going to be present, but DFM have got a lot of ways to get over it. The only person that they're going to be able to really keep out or shut out is, for certain, is going to be the Skarner. I mean, if Thresh gets a death sentence over the wall, I mean, he'll have some trouble, but Kai'Sa's can jump around. Echo, phase dive over. Gnar, just a jump over a wall and you're fine. So I'll be interested to see how that gets set up and plays. I want to see Paz try and make an effort as we go ahead and fall into a pause. But Leona sort of does shore up a little bit, a few more engage opportunities for V3 Esports. I'm still uncertain about the Leona, though, in the grand scheme of things, because I'm really not... I mean, Thresh is typically considered a counter into the Leona. Maybe just the pure CC thinks that even if they just lock them up in that, the Leona will pay off against it, and maybe Vivid's just comfortable with taking the Leona into the Thresh. I don't see that he's had a game on the Leona this entire split, so maybe this is something that he had special cooking up. Thinks it's going to be a good matchup into what DFM are throwing out. I am glad to see that they pulled Baby, though, from the Silas. Just put him on that Gragas. Give yourselves a little bit better of a composition for the team fight potential there. Just any problems and such, rather than committing to that damage source that may or may not be able to pull off a nice ultimate, but was just getting picked off by the Thresh. I am personally surprised that Thresh hasn't been banned yet. I feel like you could have committed maybe one of your bans to that. Even the Pantheon. I mean, metas shift throughout series, and there's scrim information that I clearly don't know. Maybe that Pantheon was just smashing people left and right, because anytime it was available, like, it's been picked up, so it's hard for me to say if it is rather, just with 100% certainty, if that is a true criticism I can provide of that. An infinity loop of the casters. Just going. But hopefully we get back into this game soon. DFM on their way to another championship and to work through the play-ins as well. The play-in draw, if you guys were wondering, it's September 23rd. I don't have a time on it. I'm assuming it's probably later in the day. I'm sure Riot will be posting about it pretty frequently. So pay attention to... Hell yeah. Taking a nap. I can appreciate that. That's... You know, you're in a high tense situation, just kind of chill out a little bit. Just like take a second for yourself and relax. Keep your head in the game, kind of a deal. But yeah, it's gonna be the 23rd for the group draw. That's for the group draw for the world play-ins. And the LJL, they're actually the final team. Once this series is over, all these teams are locked in. Gonna be excited, though, to see how the LJL performs on the international stage. I have my hesitations, especially, I mean, assuming if DFM can pull this out. If they can pull the one more win. It's that gnar. You know, I feel like people are going to be, there's still plenty of time to prepare for it. Play-ins don't start till October. If you've got someone that's confident to play Yasuo against that, I feel like you're going to get counterpicked and counterpicked quite hard. And that feels a little rough. I know that some people do love playing that. We see it ever so often. Like, it doesn't happen a ton, but, like, I'm thinking of, I mean, of them making it to the main stage, right? Maybe there's got to be someone like Licorice I could put, or like just think that, oh yeah, I could see him pulling out a Yasuo out of all of a sudden and stuff like that. And we've seen, I mean, Evie can play other things, but like it's just kind of that dependence on doing such. It's a little, I have just hesitations about that, but in the plans, hey, maybe that's not going to be a concern. Maybe there'll be things that you can work around. But, I mean, plans this year are going to be one heck of a thing. You have Dumb One Gaming in there from the LCK. That is going to be... You don't want to end up in that group. That's going to feel really, really rough. And then Splice, I did see their matchup against... Well, I saw them. I saw one of their EU games, and that was not. It was against Origin. That was just rough. That was a lot of rough. So, I didn't watch their 3-0 against Schalke, but you know, what can you do? And then they were 3-0'd by Fnatic, so it's hard for me to say exactly how Splice will do and all that. And then there's Clutch, who I think is going to be a nice chaos. And I mean, think about Clutch into Detonation Focus Me right now. Detonation Focus Me, who are a bit more calculated, who kind of take things more slowly, will take these plays that feel a bit more 80-20 as far as percentages. Like, they're 80% confident they can go ahead and do this. Clutch, I mean, they're taking 40-60 sometimes, it feels like. They're going hard on the paint pretty continuously. And kind of gets, you think of those kind of teams, and there's got to be other teams up that they'll probably be facing, and it gets a little scary. So, but there's still a lot of time to prep, and I mean, I've been impressed with certain calls of DFM in this series. If they can just pick up the tempo a little bit more, I think that's going to help them a lot. I mean, they're showing though that their patience against V3, who tries to do some up-tempo things, who maybe plays a little bit too forward without the proper vision lines, kind of messes up. But just excited to see LJL as they develop and continue to grow, and how they how successful they become over the next while. I mean, to DFM's in their defense, as far as like their slower play, I mean, they do have a lot of supporting staff from the LCK. That's where they do get some coaches, some additional players. We've got Steel from Korea, Yange from Korea, Baby, Vivid. I think a couple of the coaches are Korean. So with the heavy influences in that Korean style, of that more slower, methodical play, versus that you see from the LPL, which is far, you know, hard on the paint, chaos, a little bit more reminiscent of EU, and then NA also trending the line towards the LCK. So not too surprised of that sort of that play style and such. But man, oh man, did someone like spill some water or something? Did we get a nice classical have to get a new keyboard remake sort of deal? I mean, we were barely anywhere in the game. Maybe someone, maybe V3 realized, oh wait, we picked Leona. We didn't mean to do that. Can we get a remake on the Leona pick? The screen showed another champion I got in the game. It said Leona. Everybody knows Leona. No. But yeah, Worlds, so excited for it. I feel like this one is like wide open. I think that's kind of like the rhetoric going into it this year. It doesn't feel like there's a clear contender. I mean, there's strong contenders. There's a lot of strong teams going in there. But I mean, G2 after winning MSI got a lot of questions about who's going to go ahead and going to be the leading star in that. Is G2 going to be able to make things happen? And they lost a couple of games to Fnatic and went to all 5-game series. Apparently, G2 is still confident that they're always going to take it. But can they keep that confidence? I mean, we've seen Invictus Gaming kind of fall from grace and trip up and almost not make it to Worlds. I mean, credit for them, for Invictus Gaming to make it when just barely, though, as the 3rd seed. So trying to defend their championship just a little bit. But I mean, you've got so many strong teams. I mean, Fun plus Phoenix, Royal Never Give Up, Invictus Gaming, SK, Telecom T1 back in it, or I should say Telecom T1, I believe is what their name's going to be officially changed to. I mean, Griffin, just so many scary teams just flooding the works. I mean, can get some real groups of death, and I don't feel like it's been right to get like what you would say a group of death, but like, ooh man, it's just the sheer excitement and thought of what teams could or groups could end up looking like. And really hoping that LJL can be a part of that. They've got quite the uphill climb, though. Not going to deny that. I would have expectations low, just like a North American fan. I mean, I watch the LCS all the time. As a North American fan, I'm going to tell you that keep your expectations low. LJL viewers, because I think we're all should all be in similar spirits of just being happy to make it as far as we did, and no matter what the case, well, I say that, but everybody wants Team Liquid to at least make it out of the group stage. So that would actually be really great if they did that, personally. So I mean, I'm not a huge AD carry player. I'll bust it out every so often. I suppose it's my second most played role, but Spear Sojin, I am so intrigued by that. I doubt that this is going to be a meta-defining like item that tears through the world and rocks it to its core, but that build, I think in the right situation, it could work. I mean, against tanky lines or non-tanky lines where you do not have to worry about like building that black cleaver to punch through the armor of your opponents. I'm just curious of the damage trade-off between that and having having crit in your build. I mean, thinking about it a little bit longer, I would have to think that probably having the crit build is a bit more effective, because if you think about it like, oh, well, if you use the culling, then you can get more attack speed, and then you can get more attacks out, more skills out faster on Lucian. But what if you could do that same amount of damage in a smaller amount of time with the crits that you get? So it's sort of that balancing act of, I'm not sure how that breaks down. But it does make Lucian a little bit healthier. I suppose if you can get farther ahead enough, sure, just bust it out. Friggin' drop it like it's hot. Get Spear of Sojin. Be cool. You know, whatever. Live it friggin' up. But Pantheon, let me take a hot peek and see how Pantheon. Okay, Pantheon in the Masters, he's got a 51% win rate. You know, that's all right. It's not giving me matchups though. People are playing it. Oh, I see a nice game from Caps here. A nice good old game of 7, 15, and 6. Good old Caps. Hard committing, maybe running it down mid. You never know. At least as the rumors go. Did he win that one? I guess he did. Huh, well, there you go. Good stuff right there. But hopefully we do get back into this game soon, because I want to go to bed, because it's really early here. 3 a.m. Those were curious. It's a rough time. Rough situation. What fun we're having, though. I'm happy that V3 was able to strike out with a nice early win. Kind of like, hey DFM, you better pay attention. But DFM, that Nico, I'm tempted to almost be like maybe it was just a mulligan, because it's like you try something against a team, see if it works. If not, pull back. On the side of V3, their pick ban's just been kind of weird, or at least their ban phase has been sort of strange. Like a ban phase where they banned the Jinx and MF. It feels like they're just trying to leave options on the table. I mean, it must go back to scrims or something. That's about all I can guess as far as like what's going on with that. So I just got nothing else to go off of. It's a strange thing. But you know, what can you do? So in preparation for this, I tried like writing a history. I know I mentioned it as far as all the way these players are connected, and it is like all these players have essentially played with each other, except I mean, Saris and Unipon have been on DFM for forever right now. But I mean, Rampage, which used to beat DFM pretty much every single time that DFM got into the playoffs. Like, DFM would win the split, like the regular split, and then Rampage would just come on in, swat DFM in playoffs. Like, it's not a big deal at all. And as far as these players are connected, I mean, Evie, I think I may have mentioned it, was on Rampage formerly. He's the DFM's top laner. So they plucked that player out, got that for themselves, so they'd stop losing to him, I suppose. Steel, okay, he's not connected to anybody. He's just he was long ago on KT Roasters, so that's kind of cool. Rip KT Roasters. You know. Damn. What a time. Poor KT Roasters. There was a time when they were so good and looked so great. I mean, they're still in it. I thought they got knocked out for a second. I mean, they just had a terrible performance this year overall. It was abysmal. Yeah, I mean, this last split LCK, they ended in 8th place. Ugh, that's just miserable. So, appropriately, rip. Oh, man, there's just so many good players, too. It's just such a sad situation to see players drift off like that. Anyways, let's go back to the history lesson of these teams. Something more relevant, shall we? So, Udapon, already mentioned, he's DFM forever. Gange, won on Pentagram. They won a split, won a finals on Pentagram. Who wore Pentagram? Oh, nice question. Essentially a rebranded Rampage. Couple of new players here and there. Yutori Mayashi was on Rampage. Paz. He was briefly, I guess, on DFM. I think he served with them on like a Rift Rivals sort of situation or something. I don't understand the context of that situation. Maybe he just jumped over there for a little bit. But he won on Pentagram with them. Let's see, Baby, not connected, so I'm lying again. AHQ, he just came from AHQ, he was there for a split, and then dipped, came over here, and it's helped V3 significantly. I mean, you can see that synergy between Paz and Baby here and there. Not so much this series. He's offered a little bit of help. It hasn't blossomed as well as it did in that match against Crest Gaming Act as well. Ace, way back when, he was a sub to DFM. That connection there, pretty cool stuff. And then Vivid, I mean, he was formerly a starter for DFM. I mean, I think it was just last year that he was there, and then Gange and him kind of. I mean, Pentagram apparently got into some trouble. So don't know what happened there. Oh, I thought are we about to go to a break? Oh man, everybody's like wandering around. It's hard to say what's going on, man. What the heck? Did the lights go out? Well, I mean, the lights we would want the lights to be out for a match to see the screen, but oh goodness, they must have announced something because everybody's just kind of like funneling out. Saki. Saros, Evie, DFM. What's the last one say? Flip it around. No, I'll never know because I wasn't paying attention if it was flipped the other way. No. Maybe it's just... No, I missed it. Totally 100%. What a shame. What a time. Now, here's the real question is... Now, this is a video, right? I'm not streaming this live. Just because, you know, me to stream this live, I assumed that I would just be, like, talking here forever. Just on my own. Just kind of doing whatever. I was trying to give myself some real experience here and there. But I wasn't going to stream it live because just wanted to, you know, upload the videos right away. Not deal with any problems because technically you're not supposed to, you know, take away from the live streams of other things and all that jazz. So I was going to abide by those rules because I kind of want to, hopefully you guys have been enjoying this because I'm going to try and use this as a way to submit something to Riot, as it were. We'll see what happens with that. Got plenty to work on, of course, but hoping I continue to develop, keep growing as a caster as such. Definitely need to get faster with my mad Busta Rhyme moments in team fights because sometimes I'm just like, and also I need to make sure that I get more water, get a larger water bottle maybe before games start and games are going, so that I'm not getting too dehydrated during the matches. I'm slowly losing my voice so that when I do try and turn on my Busta Rhyme face. Whoa, is that a Master Yi? No, it's Jax. It's Jax. Saros, Evie, yeah, Evie, not Evie. No, it's not lighting up. Oh no, the battery pack. It's all messed up. Oh. That would be cool to see Jax up in here. Beat up some Gnar, you know? Getting some action. Oh, I appreciate this. This is a lot wonderful. Just panning out around the crowd, checking out some cosplay. I mean, it has to be Soraka, right? If you got a horn, like it's gotta be. Yeah, come on. Freaking Gnar, man, it concerns me. I just want DFM. I want LJL to look good, but I need DFM to, if they're going to be the ones to represent, if they're going to win this game, I need Evie to get off that Gnar, get on something that he can also do some work on. Let's look at his stuff. Second most played champion, Tahm Kench. What's that about? What are you doing? What are you doing over there? He's nerfing the ground. You can't play Tahm Kench top lane anymore, I assume. Not with all the nerfs he has. I couldn't think so. Huh. I do see some games on Rumble. That'd be nice to pull that out. Bop some people. I mean, I think Evie's a great player, and he plays Gnar so, like, it just works for DFL so well, but it's just like, if like, there's, like, just a glaring problem. I know I'm just, like, beating a dead horse. It's just, like, I'm waiting for them to get onto the world stage, and then all of a sudden their opponents pick Yasuo. I'm like, oh, God, no, please. Hopefully Scrim's giving that info. Yeah, get that hype. Get the camera hype. Woo. And you can really tell that the fan vote is for DFM. I don't know if I've seen a V3 like sure. I mean, I see that guy with an LJL shirt over there holding up the threat. I can respect that. Alistair. Oh, those are so adorable. Tank Annie. Okay. All right. I don't know. I don't appreciate that, sir. You should probably put that shirt away. I don't appreciate that off meta nonsense. Have your fun in games, but is it a new? New? Nar. No. Nar? It's a Nar. New? Maybe? Something on the sign. I don't know. And I cannot read that, so I'm not helpful. It's katakana, kanji, and something else. But three characters in the Japanese language. Trying to teach myself some Japanese, but man, it is friggin' hard. I just butcher it over and over. Using Duolingo, of course, and a couple of other things, but Duolingo is like as that daily on and on training, you know. But you know, I live that life of Duolingo making me feel bad every day, and it's you know, it's a life I live with. It's one I struggle with. It's one I'm taking my way with, and it's cool. It's good. Oh, so surprised. Funny stuff. Oh man, who dropped just what is happening here? But yeah, no, I was like saying it brings me back to what's happening here. What am I going to do? Am I going to post this nonsense? Me talking about random stuff for I don't know how long right now. I mean, I try to make it as relevant as I could, but at a point you got to like just start talking about random stuff. Have conversation. There's a basketball hoop. I guess they must be in a high school. Is that the time? I mean, I guess they're military time, so that's like 5:13 for them? Must be what it was. What's going on? When's this game gonna go? Oh my gosh. Excuse me. I appreciate the afro. I don't know what that was about, but I appreciate it all the same. That guy's hairdo is on freaking lock. Oh, that Blitzcrank's adorable. Are you kidding me right now? Can you buy that? Can you freaking get that thing on the store? I don't even know. Let's go ahead and let's give that a little peek. See, little peek. Oh, he's Malzahar, 100%. That's obvious. He's flexing a little too much. I mean, I guess if you're gonna flex on him, you know, you do what you gotta do. Man, everybody just showing off their products. I guess they just sold a lot or something. Maybe like brought a nice booth along or something. Doesn't have access to a lot of stuff. Oh, that was a lovely cosplay. Echo, Jinx, Vi, everybody whipping out their friggin' favorite champions. It's great. So many options. Come on down to League of Legends store. It's great. Get some stuff. I think that's from one of the commentators. Just jumping around, having a good old time. Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just post this whole gosh dang thing. I mean, it's gonna be kind of like a nonsensical hoopla, but hey, what is it? What runtime am I on right now? What is he typing up? It's like stop. Look elsewhere. Stop it. Come back later. Oh, fantastic. And Timo walking around. I mean, at this point, like, you guys could have watched me play a game, and that, I mean, I could have tried casting terribly. Could have been a good time, but... Oh man, alive. And just the amount of like that's so interesting to me, just like showing off the products and stuff. But anyways, man, like you're in the finals and then there's some kind of pause like this. Goodness, this feels like the early NA days where I don't know if some people remember back when Riot only had Silver Scrapes as a song. And like, at least this is nice and interactive. It feels nice and close and homey. Like, oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, get your hat ready, TF, man. Hell yeah. Oh no. Don't be. Okay, so TF, MF, and Aurelian, Ezreal for sure, all the way to the right. Star Guardian something. Yasuo. Oh, she's Yasuo. Oh, right, Captain Yasuo or whatever. Right. Okay, I got it. I would never have gotten that unless she held it back. Good on her for showing it, because that's tough. That's tough stuff. Some tough cookies. Ooh, goodness. Sitting down too long, gotta crack that back. Oh man, I didn't know there was all these friggin' plushies on here. I didn't need to look at the store more often. Got it. Oh wait, no, I do know some of these. Let's see the Blitzcrank one. Pikachu, what are you doing with Pikachu's butt? Okay, you gotta... That's just a little inappropriate. I mean, I know everyone's probably excited that Ash finally won, ooh, spoilers by the way. Ash won a championship finally. Well, no, you know, here's my problem with that. Ash won a championship, but what about the Orange League? Does the Orange League not count? Orange Islands? Like, I thought that was a pretty good series. That last battle was sick. Like, why does that not count for anything? Hold on, give me a sec. Yeah, Orange League. It says Orange League. He won a league. That was it. I guess because it wasn't like 8 things. Like, I guess it was like... Wait, what is it? It's been established for over 300 years, says this wiki page. Is that not good enough as a league? I mean, it's weird, I guess. There's only like 4 gym leaders. It's weird. Oh, right. It's weird. You know, it's a time. But I mean, you still got Pokemon battles, and he won. He beat a guy that was really tough. How are you gonna say that, like, is not worth it or something? You know what I'm saying? It's just, I guess, more legitimate win for Ash against whoever. I hate Teemo, but you got a hat. That doesn't make any sense. Unless it means that you killed Teemo and then you stole his. That's a little messed up, lady. Or, wait. Revel win. What the heck does that mean? Revel win. Is it a caster? I'm going to figure this out for us so that we understand. So Revel's got to be one of the casters. Or the announcers. He's an analyst. Revel. Okay. Alright. Slowly chipping away at this code. Is he a coach? Is he... No. Whoa, dude, that guy's hard commitment. Yo. Props, bruh. Good stuff, man. Yeah, that bag reveal, though, was intense. Guy's freaking pumped. Guy dropping some serious dough. I gotta respect that. And do what you get what you love kind of deal. There we go, some V3 support. That's nice. Might be the first that I've seen all day. Need some love for them. Goodness, are we getting the entertainers back out or something? Or like, oh no, they just hanging out. Got some KDA cosplay going on. Entertainers, what am I saying? Saying, hey, you need to not stand over here. Like, do something funny. Dance for us. You're on camera. Go on, go. Please go. Get out of here. Ooh, oh man. Rough time. Caught mid-yawn. Looks like Diana, I believe. Oh, ooh. Spirit Orb, nice. Diana and Ari, nice stuff. Oh, and Yasuo sitting right behind them. The hell was he? What? A little Teemo. That was adorable looking plush. Little mushroom. You need to watch out for that other lady that was hunting Teemos. Horrific scenery. I mean, I can't blame her, I guess. I mean, yes! More V3 esports love. I like it. Just not seeing enough of it. I mean, look at all those people that are like, they turned around, he's like, confused by it almost. But credits. Guys, no, show your faces. Be happy. It's okay to show your faces for the team that you support. Do not hide in shame. Oh man. This is a time, guys. This is a real time. Oh, goodness. All right, I need to stop looking at the clock because I'm just kind of like starting to drift away to La La Land here. And sleepy. Whoa. Oh my gosh, the infatuation of Teemo is a little scary. That Teemo commitment. Yo, freaking got Malzahar up in here, Soraka. Dang it. Who was the middle one, though? Show. Bandle City. Oh, jeez. I'm teetering on it. If it goes another 5 minutes like this, I might pause. And then... Oh, but do I post? But then we'll miss pick ban. And that'll be such a travesty. I guess I could just edit it, throw it together real quick. That might be the way to do it as well. The easiest way to plug it through and such. Sengoku, yo, Sengoku Gaming getting some love too. Sorry guys, I'm legit just like starting to like just drift away into dreamland. I was not built to stay. I guess I could make coffee as well, but I would have to go to the kitchen, and you'd have to excuse me for a little bit. It would be a bad old time. What I'm what if I did just mute my microphone? Huh? Oh, nice. Good stuff. Alright, at least people are in good spirit. Yo, alright. Nice. Good. Okay, so all the players aren't like totally like, man, what technical problem is going on? Oh yeah, but I mentioned like when they only had silver scrapes, and it was some worlds or something, I think, where it was just like hours of silver scrapes, or like an hour of silver scrapes. Maybe someone can like do a shout out as far as when it was, but like it was horrific. Super bad. Goodness. You know, you just. But back on that Pokemon situation, you know, like I was like, oh shoot, yo, let's watch that episode. My wife and I, we watched the episode where he won. It was just the most benign thing ever. It was just like, oh, I won. I was like, what the heck is this? I wanted Charizard to come back. Where's the Charizard? Where's the real spicy fight? I mean, I don't know. You know, Ash with this whole yada yada yada, gotta go do another blah blah blah. Gotta start out fresh. Sure, whatever, do that whole thing is stupid. Gosh dang it. What about like bonds and yada yada? You know what I'm saying? What a bunch of hoopla. But hey, what you gonna do, you know? Tis a rough situation, especially when it's a kids show that there's gonna be these easier plots and stuff, so whatever. It is how it is. Ugh. Goodness gracious. Fans, I understand. Yo, that Jax, that hard committal. Lighten it up, lighten it up. Please, LJL, release me from my... Yo, still holding that Pikachu upside down. I don't appreciate that. Flip him upside right. I mean, sure, if you were laying in it. I mean, I guess you were laying in it the first time, and that was the real problem that I had. So maybe it's less bad that it's just flipped over. It's hard for me to say. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Ooh, what is going on? Yo, what is that box about? What is that box about? I mean, it's related to Ziggs, but yo, what the heck is that? Mega Inferno Bomb nonsense. Is that like a... I guess that must be the Ziggs statue, right? That's gotta be what it is, because I do think it's like, there was like a giant statue where it's like him with the Mega Inferno Bomb, I believe. Oh, back at it again. Jumping around. He got Teemo's head. Oh God. Jesus. The massacre. What a time. What a terrible time. Yo, what was that? Show it off again. I want to see what other products I don't know about. Oh, shoot. Okay. All right. All right. That's pretty cool. Gosh dang, I need to pay attention to what products come out. I mean, like, it's not kind of my aesthetic thing, but hey, you know, do what you're gonna do. Some of that stuff's pretty cool. So, you know, hey, just live up your life. Man, I'm really starting to fade off into nothingness here. This is turn into a thing. What a time. Oh goodness. This pause is a real killer. And I wish I knew what it was about. But this is what I get for trying to cast it. Whoa, what is going on with this camera? LPL, what are you doing? I mean, that's fair. No, that's not. I'm gonna stop myself before I butcher it. LPL, what do you freaking LPL, you know? Oh Lord.
こちら LJL2019 のありがとうございます。そうですね、安尾 T シャツですね。ありがとうございます。いや購入していただきまして本当に。お先っていうやつ。ちなみに世界で一番使われているチャンピオンたちの中でのトップ3で結構安尾は
Oh Lord, what is going the heck on, yo? But I shall persevere. I will stay with you even though I'm so tempted to friggin' just shut this off and go to bed. 'Cause man, oh man, that would be a cool thing. But yo, you know what? We're gonna freaking do it. It's gonna be great.
ああ、本当ですね。おしゃれですよね、KDA の帽子ね。わかります、わかります。ありがとうございます。
Do 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 do
プ
do.
ラスのクリアスキンとフィギュアのやつですね、5体セットのやつ。お、これお手製ですか？文字が LJL のロゴもお手製ですごい。ケインっていうのだけ読めますね。あとがちょっとファイナルが読めますか？あとはこれ V3 スポーツのロゴと、デトネーションのロゴですよね。フーって書いてますこれ。フー。あ、変わっちゃいました。変わっちゃいましたね。
What a hen. Dang, yo.
めちゃめちゃ指さしてました。
Gosh, I love seeing like the mixed love for the international teams. Love it.
そう、
I'm
僕は
glad
ちょっ
that
と出
it's
てこ
like
ないんです
growing
けど、
popularity in
左
the
逆に
Japanese
逆に
league,
乗ってる
which
オリンピックのやつの方がいい。
are in the in Japan.
ブーストyour power。
'Cause it sounds like esports wasn't that big of a thing, but I mean, you got a nice
なる
like
ほどなるほど。
quite a lot of people there like checking it out. I mean, rather commendable. I mean, it's not the same as the stadiums that we fill up here, but I still commend them. That's pretty legit.
そう、物販あるってことなんで、やっぱり
It's good stuff.
どうぞどうぞ。
That was a little Maokai,
わかりましたよ。当てる子、
little booglings, little guys.
喧嘩始めちゃいましたよ。
That's funny. Who's gonna win this? Oh goodness, so violent. Ah, Crest Game and Act. Yeah. Oh wait, no, that's Unsold Stuff Gaming. I'm sorry.
そう全部
Goodness, how could I be such a fool?
ちょっと可愛いなと思いました。そうですね、可愛いですね。
Such a fool I was. How dare I?
さあ皆さんお待たせいたしました。
Oh my god.
もう
What?
入ります。いや本当に皆さんありがとうございました。はい、ありがとうございます。
Okay.
本当にありがとうございます。
All right.
気を取り出して
Yes. Give us that thumbs up, man.
改め
Give
て
us,
ドラフト
make us the dreams. Is the pick pan gonna? I have to assume that the pick pan is going to be the same here,
レブラン・ルシアン
unless something like did go wrong or like
でしたよね、確かね。はい。
something, some kind of bug popped in. Okay, yeah, no, it's the same picks. Crazy, yo. What the heck is going on?
まあこういった状況を楽しめるのもまたなんでしょうね、 LJL の素晴らしいところですかね。そうですね。暖かかったですね、皆さん。はい。
Okay.
ラストピックにエゴです。
Yeah. All right, so we're seeing the remake of pick bands. Makes sense that it's all the
改め
same.
てもう一度ちょっと整理、しておきましょうか。ちょっと注目ポイント。そうですね、両者ともに少数戦1対1が強い。
I legit thought they were about to run it back and change some picks here. That would have been nuts, yo.
はい、15分あたりまでが強いので、
That'd been freaking crazy.
ところで少し若干のズレがあるというところが特徴的だと思うので、序盤 V3 を攻めたと。でそこをフォーカスメインとしては耐えながら、ワンスパイクを迎えてから1対1で返していくという形になると思いますね。だから15分まででじゃあ V3 としては有利を握らなくてはいけない。そうなると思いますね。特に、タリア、レオナ、この2体をうまく生かしたボットサイドのファイトが重要になってくる。一方でフォーカスメインとしてはそこに対してカウンターを取るのか、仕掛ける前に先に先頭を取って仕掛けていくのかというところではありますね。
Goodness, hopefully get into the game this time around and we're not stalling out for, I think that was a better part of 40 minutes. All I know is it's almost 4 o'clock. And when it hits 4 o'clock, if this game goes on for a long time, I need DFM to, like, you just close this game out. Be a pal, right? Do it for me. Like, pump up the aggression. Go for those more aggressive plays. Just give it to V3. I mean, like, I want a good series. Don't get me wrong. I want V3 to put up a good fight. But, like, if you could close this out for me so that I can go to bed, that would be pretty cool. But you know what? I'm feeling pretty jived now. And I don't know why I said that. Oh, I know. I'm sleep deprived. Let's friggin' do it, people. We got got some nice battle lines going on here. Just your average start. Everybody making sure that you can't get into ward each other's side of the map and such. I don't want any funny business, any people invading, stealing. Baby want to have legitimate times to jungle for themselves. I want none of that nonsense going on in there, in them, with it and whatnot. We got that sweeper on, baby. Getting rid of wards. Goodness. Got that sweet 1 ward score, so definitely broke 1. What a professional. Just deny that enemy stuff nonsense. So we mentioned it quite a few times. It's gonna be, I want to see how this Leona fits in all this nonsense here. How's it gonna work in all this? Oh no, I hit something. Oh god, please ignore that. God, close that. Jeez Louise, guys, everything's falling apart. I started Discord. Oh god, there's so many other ways I could have dealt with that, but here we are. Anyways, really interested to see how this Leona plays out, just because the classic Thresh can counter Leona. I think Leona is a great champion still, but there's just such this thought process. Maybe over time, has time gone on, like, there's a different thought behind it. Talia Echo, not a matchup we've seen too often. I think Echo later down the stretch, pretty strong. Gonna get some work going down, but I mean, that Talia is gonna mess up that attempts of phase diving and such. So, I mean, and Echo's opting for it, I believe. Yeah, is opting for it, so it'll be cool to see if how that'll work against the unraveled ground. We already see Yutori, Mayashi, and Vivid doing some work on the bottom side, forcing in the Kaisa and Thresh into that bottom side of the map. They're not interested in hooking in on the Leona. I suppose this does act as a way to dissuade the Thresh from going in because you have that access to that fast stuns. Maybe looking for the infade, looking for Steel. Is he going to wrap around the corner? He does, sure enough, and Steel going to get very low. Going to be likely to force from Flash, but Baby trying to block it as best he can. Flash right there, and Baby's going to actually get the kill, so V3 drawing full Earth's blood here. We see the death sentence go through, but they're not going to follow it up. Going to get some nice trade damage there. Should be able to heal back up with those relic shield hits, and we'll equalize the lane here shortly, but nice play by Baby, getting that aggression in, working his way into the jungle. Still not expecting anything, just thinking he's going to get a nice early jungle clearing going on for himself. But he now does have Predator, so it's going to be Predator versus Predator jungler here. Ooh, Paz doing some work on a Eevee here, even on the Jace. Going to take some minion damage from all those casters hitting him, but and equalize the damage there. Ooh, misses the shock blast. Oh. Didn't like that. His character model disappeared there, hoping that's just a viewer bug and not another reason to pause. I would be real bummed. So still making sure that he knows where the jungler is now. They got all that vision committed to the red side, or to the red buff area. Just being on vision duty, and that's how DFM kind of forged their way into the previous two matches. They just deprived Vision of V3. Set up strong Vision lines and got some work done. And this bottom lane did need that extra support for the Vision there to make sure that they could catch up back in that farm game, so that they didn't feel as pressured to get shoved back into that turret over and over again. Skarner showing up, relieving a little bit of that nonsense and stuff, but Paz really just making an effort to keep Evie down. A lot of minions there to farm, though. Ooh, oh, I thought that had landed on the Xayah there for a moment. Now with the death sentence down, the Leona in Xayah totally fine with working on up. I was expecting the Unravel the Earth to happen there a little bit faster, but Baby being a little tricky. Ooh, very cute play by him. V3's bottom lane being a little bit aggressive, gonna get hooked up, taking a lot of damage. Baby still just going ahead and working on this, and Ace leaning towards his jungler. Here you see, so that if the jungler does need help, if these things get a little bit too crazy, hopefully Ace can dissuade any more aggression. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Could this be disaster? Steel's going to catch Ace, but he just wants to delay for Baby here as long as he can. And it's been a while since Steel's seen the jungler, and all of a sudden the bottom lane disappeared and moved up. And that is a sneaky Mountain Drake by Baby there. Goodbye, V3, making some moves. Real shakers and movers here. Getting first blood. Baby doing some real work in this game here. That pause maybe was enough to sort of wake him up a little bit, but on their way to getting themselves really far into this game. I like the play for the objective, just sneaking through the backside of the wall. That's what some people don't realize is Skullcrab only just sees outside the pit, doesn't see in it, which is why you got a ward, guys. Ward's important. Like, no duh, like, come on, you know? But you're just going to run over that control ward, like, you're not even going to pick it up. I do see a ping there, so hopefully somebody's about to go ahead and take care of that. But they do know Gragas is in the area. We keep seeing those pings dropped off onto him. Gang's going to be very comfortable with it. Death Sentence does get onto the Xayah. The Ignite gets dropped. They're all moving forward. Torimash does able to get the... Udapon gets the kill onto Xayah. And easy stuff. Knew that the Gragas was topside. Just going to go ahead and engage with the Death Sentence. And I blanked so hard on there. Like, I've said Death Sentence like a billion times tonight. But I like had like a... just a gosh downright stroke. Goodness gracious. Gotta pull myself together. But nice play for DFM. They totally called it. They're like, oh, Gragas is top. Gonna drop the pings. It's time for Gang to move on up. And Torimashi, I don't know if he's got like a magnet to him, but he's just been getting hooked quite a few times. I mean, really, it's Gang. He's just been so fantastic with those hooks. And again, still so surprised the Thresh was not banned. Feels kind of like when Hakuho was playing Thresh against TSM about 2 years ago in the, was it the spring finals or summer finals, whatever it was. And, I mean, feels a little repeaty where it's like, man, he's doing really well on Thresh for some reason today, but we're not going to ban it. We're better than that. Oh, another hook. The Death Sentence is going to get followed. Flay going on in. Steel moving on up. Takes the Lantern out. Baby here does drop down the Explosive Cask. And now he's here to deal out a little bit more damage. Leonel does come out and drops the Ignite onto Steel. Steel's going to drop down to Vivid. So kills to kill on both sides. But that's 2 onto Udapon. And Xayah was forced out of wave here again. Oh, no. Okay, just a viewer bug. Or, no... It must have been a viewer bug because the players looked like they were still moving. Oh, goodness. Please don't. Please don't make another hour delay or something. I pray. But still feels like the pressure belongs to DFM here. Going to see that play again. Like, why? You don't need to be moving on up to try and fight for this. You don't have any support, like, close enough to you right there to help you seal the deal on this. Baby's in the area, but he's not right there. You just got hooked by a Thresh. He has Lantern, like he can do it pretty easily. Saros doing that cute return to lane with a Echo ultimate. Try and keep the tempo against Ace, who does not have teleport right now. Or just, I mean, who doesn't have teleport at all. I mean, Tilly has a pretty good time just with her passive jumping onto the rock and surfing onto lane to get turned to lane quickly. But with the teleport and using Echo's ultimate to return back quickly, can maybe try and out-tempo the Tilly, although that doesn't seem like that is true right now. See the seismic shove, unraveled earth combo going on right there. Ace figures Ace probably has a good idea where that parallel convergence was going to just stay outside of that range. But the CS lead is pretty equalized in the mid lane. Expecting a lot of damage to come out from this Echo to dive easily on the back line. Leona will try to probably need to do a lot of work to make sure that Echo doesn't just explode the Zion. This, oh, we see the Zenith Blade going on through, connecting, and a Lantern out stops what Leona wants to do. Another reason that Leona maybe does counter Thresh here. But plenty of game to be played. Both junglers making their way to the bottom side of the map. They don't know that Baby's in the area, but that control ward is going to get removed by Steel. And if Steel gets out of the area, junglers just matching each other. The Infernal Drake's up, and DFM clearly don't want another dragon to get taken away sneakily. Skarner just hanging out. Predator dropped by Gragas here to get his way on in to that dragon. Bottom lane's going to push in the enemy bottom lane as well, and they're going to go ahead and start this Infernal Drake. Predator dropped by Steel this time. We have a teleport coming down from Evie here. Oh, and then the Impale used on the Gragas to get out the smite out of here. But who secured the dragon here? It looks like it was Skarner in the end. We saw two dragons there. I think maybe it was saying that it was stolen and then also taken. But overreaching by V3 in a pretty significant way. That felt pretty unwarranted. Ooh, a Gnar ulti back, and Abe's going to lock him up. Ace is going to get very low here and actually taken down with a nice phase dive to finish it off by Saros. Heavy getting a little bit of a Gnar ulti in there. I mean, Ace just did not expect that to connect, I suppose, or the commitment by Evie to flash in and Gnar ulti that. See this? I guess they thought like I mean, no, the lane was resetting in the bottom side, so they didn't even have the push. The bottom lane is out of position. Evie's Gnar bar is almost fully charged. Able to just impale, drag out the Gragas. Very offset fight by V3. Very unfortunate. Bad call there overall. Like DFM, better positioning. Once DFM got into a bad spot, they just pulled the trigger and able to get themselves more kills and an Infernal Drake. I mean, despite that kill, I mean, there's the kill lead, which is giving them a little bit of a gold lead, not by much. I mean, the CS, though, is still very tight in this game across the board. The only real advantage looks like Jace has got a little bit something more over on the Gnar right now, but nothing outside that too significant, just 10 CS lead. As far as the plate game goes, everybody's still got their plates right now. I'm hoping that teams maybe try and make a play for Rift-Tailed here pretty soon. DFM with the picking up the Infernal Drake, the vision control that they have had. I think going for that Rift-Tailed will probably be a pretty good use of their time. Thresh getting locked up, going to use a stopwatch, but now here comes Baby. Thresh forced to flash to avoid the explosive cast, knocking him back. So in the area, Steel going to use Predator and try and catch out Ace, but Control Ward going to catch each other. Now Predator used by Baby. Baby going to look for a body slam, but Vision's just getting cleared out little by little. So important to get that early stopwatch from Gang there. Make a repeat gank potentially a little bit easier. Saros trying to get onto Ace. Not able to find it. Maybe considering using the ultimate to jump back onto those targets. Still in the area. Ooh. Zero's getting very low here. I'm expecting the ultimate to come out here. Oh, just following Echo's shadow little by little. But nothing, did not want to commit to that. Already used his proto belt, so did not want to commit. And you see a double dark seal for Echo there. Only 5 minutes left on this Rift Herald right now. No real movements. A lot of emphasis on this bottom side of the map. DFM will want to drill home the advantage that they have on the Kaisa to help her scale up a little bit faster, because it's going to take a while for that tier to get going. The Xayah already having Essence Reaver now is going to be getting the better end of trades likely in these fights a little bit, depending on what Gang can do in these. Oh, Void Seeker, he's going to jump on to Yutorimashi and get him very, very low. Yutapon with the twitchy trigger finger there. Ooh, Evie just missing the ultimate. Gonna go ahead and wallop and keep Paz logged up a little bit. Locked up. Goodness. Ooh, phase dive over the wall. Gonna try and get that passive hit onto Ace, but here's Baby. Ooh, gonna use the ultimate to drop back, but does not hit anybody. Here comes Steel and Gang, though, into the area. Gonna do the impale onto Baby. Further CC with a Thresh death sentence. Death sentence should be available. Leonia ultimate coming on out onto Steel. Saros out on the side, just hanging out, but Steel getting very, very low. Oh, the Talia does not follow up with Weaver's Wall and does not commit over. That's a kill over to the side of DFM. Jace ended up using teleport to get the bottom side, but that's going to be handing over a free turret over to Evie. And this game just feels like it's slowly falling away for V3. They're trying to make stuff happen, but DFM slowly exerting more pressure in their lanes, forcing some bad calls out of the side of V3 here. There's some unfortunate ones. Now Ocean Drake is live now. See if there's any contention over that. But Rift Herald still available. 3 minutes there. I'd prefer to see one of these teams make a move for that, especially for DFM, considering how much they're raring to go for it in game one. Kind of surprised that they've sort of drifted away from that. Maybe the game plan's changed. Identified. Baby wants to sneak in here. I guess wants to hang out here for a really long time. I do not think he was seen. I did not see any pings there onto Baby, but I think this is a good play by V3's Baby. Maybe even let Gang to get a hook here in the area. Let them kind of come up too much. Get a nice counter gank on for yourself. They know that the mid laner is DFM knows that the mid laner is missing right now, and also the top. V3 trying to be a little tricky here, and Baby gonna get found. So a lot of time wasted on the bottom side here. Not able to get anything. I could say wasted, but I suppose with Steel being in the area, is that potential contention. Predator used by Baby, and Steel using Predator as well. Just running around, a little back and forth. Seems very interested in this Ocean Drake. But what about the Rift Herald, guys? Really don't think that anything's going to be happening with it. I mean, heck, Evie could solo it at this point, probably pretty easily. Steel's coming on in. He does have flash. Not going to commit to it just yet. And after getting the push on bottom side, returning vision control to the bottom side of the map for themselves. DFM get Ocean Drake. So DFM just chipping away, doing what they classically do, getting advantages here and there, but no moves onto Rift Herald. So unfortunate. It's going to be despawning here a little over 30 seconds now. Well, 30 seconds on the dot. And neither team took a move. I suppose DFM is sort of comfortable with that. They're allowing Kaisa. They already got so much pressure onto her, or got 2 kills on her, and gotten some pressure. They just want to put some attention there, make sure that that lead does not slip away, so that they can scale comfortably with her later on into games. But would have been cool to see them go for the... Oh, Predator drops. Baby gonna make his way towards his bottom lane. Get on out. No real worries. But I'm waiting for... Uh-oh, here comes Unofficial jumping on in. Death Sentence is going to miss. Ace got very, very low there and was forced to flash. I don't know if that Death Sentence was going to hit. But with DFM trying to get that kill mid. Ooh. Couple of close calls with these Death Sentences. Getting very, very scary. Turret goes over to V3. So a little bit more gold in their pockets. I mean, Unofficial just like so willing to jump on in. That's getting a little... I don't know if that's like a foreshadowing for a bad fight to come or something, but if he goes in too hard in the wrong time, I mean, he's going to get popped. Be a bad time, bad situation. Ooh, Evie not afraid to go ahead and tango with Paz here. I want to see where this Jace fits in with the team composition. We've saw him teleport once, but that didn't net anything. Haven't really seen him do much yet this game. Hasn't kept the Gnar in check just yet. The tier should be finishing up here soon. We see the tier finished up on Kaisa, so she is going to be dealing out so much more damage here. Threshold reached. Gonna maybe her jumping into those back lines, trying to tear up targets, isn't gonna be such a big deal because she'll jump back there and kill them before anything happens. Gonna get the Death Sentence onto Vivid. Again, man, he is just absolutely slaughtering it with these Death Sentences. If this was not, if the MVP, like, I mean, if DFM do close this out and the MVP does not go to Gang, that is a shame. That is just an incredible shame. He's just done so much for this team as far as like the hooks and stuff. Alright. Well, Baron is on the field now. A lot of wards committed to that. Mountain Drake in less than 2 minutes. V3 would love to get a second Mountain Drake for themselves because that would help pull them into this game so much more easily by... I mean, because having 2 Mountain Drakes, I mean, you have so much more pressure for taking Baron. I mean, you move Vision, all of a sudden you can take Baron so quickly. You see how these junglers are using like this Predator? It's just as like a deterrent on either side. They'll just use it and say, "Hey, I can come to you. I could go to you. Just be scared." And using it to clear out Vision, just popping it and saying, "Hey, don't come over here. I'm in the area. You better stay away. I know you see me, but I could chase you down pretty quick if you get too close." Just a funny use of that. Ooh, Unofficial. I mean, I don't know what that was about. I guess the Vision was down. Paz forced to flash. Evie on the hunt, though, and he does not have a lot of opportunities, and that's going to be an easy kill. Unofficial just doing the good old Death Bush. DFM mastering the Death Bush here. They're just playing with the Vision line of E3. Just making it look easy. Should be another turret here falling shortly. And that'll give them an opening. You even see Thresh here now, probably basing to get more vision or more wards for himself to then convert towards that Mountain Drake. And it does just feel like V3 are slowly getting choked out of this game. Little by little, pick by pick. I mean, if V3, like, if they try to fight, I think it's going to be bad news. Oh, no, baby, you're walking into no vision again, and you're going to get popped so easily. Now Ace is out on his own, and he's going to get taken out as well. Not respecting the vision. Baby just, throughout the series, been walking through a lack of vision. With the jungler dead, I mean, it's an early Baron, but if DFM do this, that is the right call, I think. They did not go for the Mountain Drake, but they've got the damage to go ahead and burn this down relatively quickly with the Kaisa anyways. Gang gonna just hang out front line, make sure that if anybody comes on up, can go ahead and deal with that. And oh goodness, is Gang and Evie going to be working their way towards that Mountain Drake to go ahead and prevent them, at least stop V3 from going for it? So that's a Baron for themselves. They could return back to the map, go ahead and get that Mountain Drake for themselves. We already see pings for it. And just a lack. Oh, goodness. I mean, you got the control ward down, 2 control wards down, but what was it worth? You're not moving in with the team. Gotta, I think, be a little bit more patient about that. Those movements forward through the jungle that you do not have vision. We've seen this over and over again. V3, like, it just disregarding the lack of information that they have. Like, and DFM doing a phenomenal job of, like, playing around that fact. Like, V3, even though, like, they have a ward in a bush next to a bush that they don't have warded, they're still, like, walking forward, and DFM's like, okay, cool, yeah, walk forward, please, because we are in that other bush, and we're gonna kill you. So, or if it's just a ward that's not, or a bush that's not warded. I mean, plenty of death bushes this game so far. So, see Saros being very aggressive, and oh no, Paz just having a real tough time. We saw him do so much work. Oh, the flash forward phase dive, gonna get that kill on a Paz, and Paz just not able to play this series. It feels like him and Baby just did so phenomenally well in their series against Cross Gaming Act, but it just feels like they have not had the opportunity to play today. Just so much work from DFM. A hook onto the Leona, and Unipon dishing out so much damage. Gang is fine with engaging in. Another death sentence coming out. Yutorimashi forced to use Blade Collar, or Storm Feather. But this fight's still not over. Gang looking for another death sentence, and Saros is deep on in, getting a kill onto Vivid. Greg is falling down as well, and this is a near ace, as Ace has to get himself out of here as well. Sorry, the Feather Storm and the Blade Collar for the Zaya there. And DFM now got a little bit of swagger with, as far as they're just kind of marching around this map, a little bit more of the confidence. This is kind of what I want to see from them at Worlds, kind of going hard, beating them up, going for these nice turret dives. Maybe if they got to play champions like Echo, hey, Echo's looking pretty strong right now. Go ahead and pick that champion up for yourself. Show them off in World and such. So just another hook, like, goodness gracious. Did you load their pockets with, like, magnets before the match started? This is ridiculous. And so Unipon jumping around, dealing out a ton of damage. Just so clean. I mean, Gang is absolutely getting the MVP. Oh, Saros not willing to jump over the wall because he doesn't have that information, and that shows you the difference there, because that feels like that would have been a play that V3 would have gone for, but DFM, they do play with, they try to play with stronger amounts of information, so they're not going to do that. They're going to make sure that they stick to the plan. And the plan right now, it's a good old 1-3-1. You see how they're just kind of shifting between all their laners. Ooh, Steel. Don't discredit what I've just been saying about you. V3 trying the act of mastering the Death Bush, but because it's too quiet, there's a lack of vision. Steel's gonna play it safe until he has more members close by, until he has a Kaisa in his back pocket that can Void Seeker a mile away, then jump over. And we see even Gnar just waiting for the minion lanes. All members of DFM just waiting for the minion lane to push on up to pressure this 1-3-1. Ooh. Another close hook. And V3, they don't have an answer for this. They do not have sufficient wave clear to deal with this. There's going to just be chip damage onto these turrets. DFM, they can wait for another Baron. They can just keep this up and chip away. But another Ocean Drake in a minute and a half, they can get that for themselves, and they can continue just sieging over and over and over again and bleed out V3. I mean, V3, the most that I maybe get a pick with the Weaver's Wall, like lock out DFM, but they have so many tools to sort of jump out of a bad situation like that. wait for one of their targets on DFM to jump maybe too far forward. Maybe that's your opportunity. Use explosive cast to sort of loosen things up in the fight. But this is going to be a really tough situation. Predator pop by Steel, going to try and get ahead, baby. Yutapon jumping on forward. Death sentence to just add insult to injury. Yutapon getting a kill. That's 5 deaths onto baby there. Just really rough stuff. And there's only 1 QSS on the side of V3 so far. Onto the Zaya. And this is... Well, you know, I wanted this in a way, because I mean it means I get to go to sleep faster. But I didn't want it to be like this. I wanted V3 to, like, you know, push DFM to the limit, to like force them, you know, like a nice, just kind of a true display of skill. Give them the what for and whatnot, you know. Make him fight for it. But it feels like V3 have like really just kind of slumped later into the series. I mean, they can't even contest this Baron. And then I'm assuming DFM just going to revert back to that 1-3-1 that we saw earlier, now with Baron in hand. They could go for that Ocean Drake. I mean, that would just help them even more with their siege. You see Saros bring even more minions up along with him. They know that the bottom lane was getting pushed in by the Paz. Going on Paz to try and prevent that pressure, but just going to go top and mid. Probably shift between the jungle, or shift between these lanes over and over again. Let the chip damage come through. Ooh. You see that Lich Bane on Echo, able to take down turrets pretty easily. Trying to make an engage. We see the Predator pops, it looks like, from Baby. Likely Steel too, so it's just kind of that answer back and forth. And Gang, Zonya's used by Baby this time. Gang getting that hook onto that sentence. Baby gonna body slam into Evie, but not interested. And Saros gonna just ultimate back and almost annihilate several members of V3 there. Saros getting very, very low and actually survives. Oh no. V3 are gonna be continue to get scattered here in this fight, and Vivid gonna be falling as well. Gang, whoa, a little bit wide hook there, but I don't blame him for trying to predict that. And I think this is going to be probably game over. Oh, Weaver's Wall going to lock Saros out, but that Ocean Drake's starting to heal him back up, and he's waiting for that regen to kick in. Saros looking for an opportunity to phase dive in. Parallel Convergence dropped on down, and this is going to be the end of it. And DFM have once again gotten their ticket to Worlds. Congratulations to Detonation Focus Me. Good play, nice and just solid, simple, clean-cut stuff. Gonna be excited to see how they do at Worlds, if they can shore up some things. I liked in this game that they were a bit more aggressive, seemed a bit more proactive. Gotta give them credit for always playing around their vision lines. It's good on them. Tough loss for V3. I mean, a lot of things to shore up, a lot of things to work on. I mean, I want to see teams like V3 and such challenge Detonation Focus Me, challenge these top teams, the LJL, to keep pushing the threshold up and improve them. But it's gonna be quite a thing as they move on to Worlds and just punch their tickets for the play-ins. It's exciting stuff. Guys, I would like to keep watching, but I am exhausted. Again, the play-in draw show, it's going to be on September 23rd, so about a week. Excited to see where Detonation Focus Me end up in that play-in, see where they lie. I hope that they can continue to develop strategy to get some good scrim time, see if they can develop their skills a little bit better as far as, like, maybe push for that aggression, maybe they get the opportunity to go over to EU, I imagine. Couldn't understand why they would stay in around the Korea or LCK area, or in the LCK, LPL, just focus on scrimming with them. But if they can get over to EU, maybe even play with some LPL players, pick up their tempo a little bit, you know, loosen up. Because I liked how they looked at the end of this game here. This last game was so nice. But goodness gracious, I hope they just drop the hot announcement of MVP to Gang to
サマースプリットファイナル、ついに勝者が決定いたしました。デトネーションフォーカス B、おめでとうございます。さあ、それではイエガさん、よろしくお願いします。
はい、それでは早速ちょっと一人ずつ選手の方にお話伺っていきたいと思うんですが、まずはじゃあエビ選手。
I'm just hoping that they announce it. Oh, okay, it's interview time. All right.
はい。
All right, well, I'm going to have to figure this out later because I was almost falling. I was just kind of like zoning out there a little bit. But guys, thank you for listening. If you made it all the way through, really appreciate it. Let me know how I'm doing. Got plenty of things to work on, especially team fight stuff. Those are some rough times, everyone. Am I right? But anyways, thanks for listening. Bye.